Captain's log, Stardate 8328.5. Thanks to the skills of Lieutenants Haran and West, the Argo passed through the narrow corridor of space between the Romulan and Klingon empires without too much difficulty. We're now back at warp and on course for Denasia and Turilia. We'll be making an unscheduled stop at Denasia to deliver the medical supplies from the freighter SS Armerton to combat an unknown and highly virulent illness there. Unfortunately, this complicates our rendezvous with Commander Wartburg, who has unfortunately been spotted on Turilia. As a result, a be on the lookout order was issued for Wartburg, and we have had to use back channels to arrange for an extraction point and time. Any delay at Denasia could be critical, and so I've tasked the medical and engineering departments with organizing the medical supplies for rapid transshipment, along with emergency rations and food synthesizers to replace the consumables left behind aboard the Armerton. Hopefully, we'll be able to get in, offload the supplies, and get to Turilia in time to bring Wolfgang, if it actually is Wolfgang this time, safely aboard. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Jensen is clinging to life in sickbay, and I fear my Hail Mary pass went astray. If she doesn't get help from her time, Jensen has only a few days, at best. End log.
All right. So we're actually going to start the first scene out on Turilia. Oh, I have music here somewhere. Apparently, it's on the other game. Joys of 2 roll 20s. All right. Commander Wolfgang, Sashran, and Commander Beckman are currently in a tavern bar, or I guess you could say cantina, on Turilia. Sort of kind of playing a low key. You have word that there are, in fact, 2 Starfleet vessels currently in orbit above the planet, and you've seen a few Starfleet officers lurking around.
Do they look like enlistees, officers?
Sort of, yeah. They're in uniform.
Well, you said lurking. Do they look like they're looking for someone? Someone's?
Potentially. They've been asking a lot of questions.
Shishran says very low. I think maybe we need to lay a little bit lower for a while.
Agreed. Do you see any other exits except for the door, the front door there?
GM?
Give me Insight Security difficulty 2.
So we're activating Shishran so we can give her something.
Shishran doesn't need... Well, yeah, you're activating, but she doesn't need DB using supporting crew right now.
Do what now?
She's not using the ship support at the moment. Because she's really not...
All right, so can I give her something?
Yes,
or...
yes, you can, but...
Okay.
I'm just waving the support crew.
Okay.
For her.
I think I'm going to go ahead and give her bold security. And that fills her up on talents.
As you're kind of staying out of sight for the most part, Trellian, waitress, walks up to you carrying one tray in hand and the other 3, one's holding a pad and the other one she's just kind of dishing out drinks. walks up to your table and goes, "Can I get you anything?"
I cast. I haven't been in the bar for a bit or the cantina for a bit. I'll try to order something that's rather common for the area, nothing that's too outlandish. What most people's are ordering, that sort of thing.
She
Feels
just
like
kind of
Warburg doesn't want to order a scotch or anything. That would be odd for this far out.
looks at you like puzzling for a second. Very well, the house special it is. And for you, kind of
Don't
looks to
suppose you have Andorian ale.
yes, we have very many merchants that pass through here.
Perfect. And take a threat for bold, and she'll make the inside security roll. Can small unit tactics, looking for route of retreat.
Sure.
Let's see if I can get a complication by re-rolling that. Nope, but no whammies.
While the main entrance is the only kind of way in and out, you theorize of like you've seen with the door opening and closing for into the kitchen area, that there is a back entrance. At least a back way in and out to possibly an alley behind the tavern.
Just kind of lowering her head again. We can probably get out through the kitchen, but it's not a back entrance that we can use without making some sort of scene.
Looking around, how many officers are milling around?
Lucky for you, the crowd is actually quite thick. In the bar, a lot of space travelers frequently come here. It's a fairly busy spaceport. Though you're kind of seeing like there maybe could be at least you see one or two, but give me inside security, see if you spot any more.
Infiltration focus?
Sure. Difficulty is 2.
Have a threat for a die.
See, I'm already up to 8 threat. You gain a momentum.
Glad I did that.
You do notice like there's 2, which awkwardly they're kind of they're being pretty obvious. They're just in there asking questions. You notice certain individual kind of hunkered down a little bit, trying to blend into the crowd, but he does seem to be keeping an eye on you.
Security man near the table. Not sure if they recognize me or if they... But they're just in observe mode. I don't see anyone trying to capture us at the moment. Shran, I want you to... I'm going to approach security over there, and I'm going to rumble him a bit to see what he does. Things start going bad or loud, get Beckman out the back way. If I were them, I'd cover the front door. You know the rendezvous point, yeah?
Sorry, muted. Yeah, I can't leave you here, Commander.
This is a... Operation parameters require it. I'm ordering you to get to the rendezvous point if things go bad. I'll get my way there. We need this information to get into the right hands, but I can't let that security guy tag us. If I can make friends, great. If not, I'll figure my way out.
All right.
And
Shran is very deliberately not using, ranks and she's kind of changed her posture as much as possible to just look like, another Andorian spacer passing through.
Jet.
Be careful, Wolfgang.
Planning on it. Things go sideways, you keep my officer safe, or I swear. He kind of grins a little bit, like he forgets that he's talking to another intelligence guy. Never mind. Kind of pats him on the shoulder a bit, and then as he pats him on the shoulder, he kind of gets up and then makes his way over to the guy eyeing him. Not in any particular rush, moving because I'm trying not to draw too much attention from the uniformed officers.
Give me control security difficulty 2. You're trying to make your way through the crowd, but not attract too much attention.
I'm going to throw that momentum for an extra die. Infiltration focus.
Yeah.
There we go.
You make your way through the crowd, and you kind of notice as you look back at the table. I know the Australian waitress. She stops. She hands the drinks out, and she's kind of wondering where you went. She sets your drink down, and you definitely can tell it's definitely something you realize you did want to drink because it's kind of thick and bubbly. Looks like tar almost, brown tar.
The sort of thing you want to experiment with when you have a chief medical officer at your disposal.
Yes. Jet kind of eyes the Trillion whiskey like, I don't think I want to try that. But you make your way to near the man, and kind of out of the corner of his eye, he notices you for a minute, and then he gets up and starts walking out of the bar.
I'm gonna speed my step just a little bit, just so I can kind of reach out to him. I'm not trying to grab him and hold him in place. I'm just trying to tap him to let him know that turn around.
Fitness security difficulty 2. Kind of push your way through the crowd a little bit.
Have a threat. Hey.
2 momentum gained. Just as he's getting ready to head out the bar, you kind of grab his shoulder just a little bit to get his attention as you kind of hastily shoved your way through the crowd a little bit. Might have bumped a couple people. And the guy turns around and looks at you like, can I help you?
I was going to ask you that question, friend. Seem to be eyeing me from across the bar, so unless you're willing to buy me a drink, I'd like to know what your business is eyeing me.
Whoa. Just reading the room, friend.
Oh, yeah? What you reading?
Perhaps we shouldn't have this conversation here.
I think this table here looks nice and empty.
Beckman hears Tran muttering, "Great grandpa told me about pink skins."
I hope it was all good things.
It was not.
In fact, why did you come over here with we could share a drink with my friends, unless you don't want extra company for this conversation. I say to the guy I accosted.
Sure. I'll join you and your friends.
Oh, that's good. We're all friends here. I'll kind of lead him back to the table, but I say like a hand on him so I know if he tries to turn away and run or something. Not like ripping him like I'm just keeping in physical contact. Sort of guiding him to my table.
All right, you guide him to the table. He's,
And then I knife him. Wait, wrong character.
I mean, this is not a Mirror Universe episode.
Not yet. No, okay.
Returned with the other gentleman. Takes a seat, one of the corners of the table.
Well, friend, I didn't ask your name yet, so call me Wolf. That's Jet. That's Elsie. And who are you? And I'm not drinking that. I'm still have to pay for it though.
Elsie.
Esley? Asili?
There you go.
Silly.
Nestle? Anyway.
Shishran will keep a weather eye out on what's going on in the room.
You can call me John.
John. Looking the person over, do they look like human, earthborn type spacer?
They do.
Trying to get a read on what kind of person they are.
I mean, they're obvious. Like even the as he kind of like shot his appearance a little bit, he does seem to be from Earth.
Okay. Just making sure his fingers aren't webbed. That's all. It could be one of that whatever that species is.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. But it changes how you address them. Well, John, have we worked together before?
No. Though you seem like the lot that needs some help.
Can I help you offer, friend?
Way out of here. If the price is right.
What's the going rate? John.
$50,000 Federation credits.
He said 50.
Yep.
How would I go about got your own ship or something, or you just know somebody?
I have my own ship, and I can secure passage for you. Depends on
We're
where you're
talking-
going, though.
Well, I'll have to get back to you on that. Where I need to go may change. I'm looking into some business, and I wanted to see which way it was going to bring me. For now, business is here, but I like having alternate means of transport, especially from enterprising freighter captains like you.
Though I am curious, there's a warrant for your arrest.
For my arrest?
It's all over the Federation news network. They're looking for you. You're a wanted man.
On what grounds, may I ask? I'm very curious.
Espionage and treason.
Well, that's just a little bit funny, John. I would protest my innocence, but I think they would fall on deaf ears.
How much is he worth? Asks Shishran.
They're not offering an award just yet, but more like they're just looking for information, which is curious. Eventually, they might offer something. I mean,
Well,
there
can't get that
are
bad of espionage, then.
Starfleet officers here looking for you. Obviously, they know you're here.
Well, friend. Well, here's my question then in that regard. Why willing to help me out rather than walk me over to the uniforms?
They don't. I have a feeling you'll pay more.
You got that right. Can I get an insight on this guy? Does he seem like he's, a informant looking to turn me in right away, or does he look like a man seeing money in his eyes? That's why I kind of was hoping to prompt him about the officer, see how he felt, how he moved, and stuff like that.
Give me insight, command. What do you have two?
Unfortunately, this is the wrong character for reading body language and stuff. That's a different person entirely. Difficulty 2. Should be able to hit this. I'll take a flyer and ask if cultural studies will get into it. Like,
No.
I can tell. Nah. Yeah, it's a bit of a reach anyway.
Got it. It's really hard to say by his body language per se, but he's definitely in it for the money. Whether it's he helps you or he gets it from other means.
So I tell him to walk. He might go, well, if you're not giving me money, we'll go over there.
One way or another, he's looking for an easy payday.
Yeah. Well, John, you find me somewhere to lay low for a bit. I finish my business, and whether or not I take your way out, I'll make sure you get paid. I have means to make sure that happens.
All right. Meet me at docking, Hangar Bay 14. 1 hour.
Planning on flying out, or you just intend to be there?
Oh, I have other cargo that needs to be elsewhere. Doesn't hurt to take on a few passengers.
What's the name of your ship, if you don't mind me asking? I might have heard of it.
That's a good question.
Just in case it's on a wanted list that I'm like, oh, this is a slaver ship. Sucker, why do people keep falling for that?
The SS Dragonstar.
I give a meaningful look to Beckman and Shishran to see if that name rings a bell from a security or intelligence standpoint, because I mentioned they have a closer tie to that than I do.
That'd be inside security.
Insight Con.
Ooh.
Difficulty of 2.
I don't think I have anything focused that will apply. No, I don't know.
One hour. Be taking off. So he gets up and walks out of the bar.
See you there, John.
Beckman, I kind of... Dragonstar. Where have I heard that name before? Seems
That guy
familiar.
Either of you know this guy? The ship?
I've never heard of him. I can recall anyway, but I can tell you now that we shouldn't trust him.
Yeah, he's not one of my assets. I don't recognize the name.
Jet just kind of, he seems pondering. He's like, that seems familiar, but he just can't put his finger on it.
Beckman, you think this is some sort of intel briefing you got, or you think it's just a security brief? If it's the latter, we might be able to look it up in the database. But
Well,
if it's
remember, I'm a couple years out of security briefing dates. Been undercover for 2. Well, count being in the care of Captain Mitsurugi for the past 6 months.
some names don't die. All right. Let's get out of here and try to look up this ship in the next hour. I'm going to check. Yeah, I want you two to look into as best you can. Meet me at the post office and just outside of it, and we'll see if you see me standing out front, we'll have a chat. If not, we'll worry about it then. But for now, we're going to plan on getting to that hangar bay. See if we can get some scans of the place, but I want to gather as much information as we can about them first before we start doing business with them.
And while we are digging up information, what are you going to be doing?
Checking with the post office, getting a bit more lay of what these officers are doing here, see who's actually in orbit. Last I heard, no one was supposed to be out this way, and now that they're looking for me, I wonder who put out that warrant. If it was a recall mission, they wouldn't put out a warrant for my arrest. They just say I was lost or my kitten was found or some other code word that I'd recognize. This isn't one of them. So. And there's no way of knowing for certain that the Argo got our message, or the Admiral for that matter.
Due respect, since the post office is when they kind of post a lot of the wanted things, are you sure you're the one who should be poking around there? Maybe not one of us?
You have a point. Beckman's face is known, and they might have him as well. All right, Shoshana, looks like you're up. We'll have to do look around instead and meet you there.
Understood. Shoshana will toss back the Andorian ale and make her way outside, checking to see if she's being followed by any of the feds.
Give me a control security difficulty 2 to kind of sneak past them.
Okay, have
Actually,
a threat for bold.
Spending that threat, it's going to be difficulty 3. As the two security officers they're kind of spread out and they kind of convene back towards the entrance.
Okay. I'm going to give you a 1 momentum and 1 more threat for the 4th die.
All right.
I don't think I have a focus that applies. There we go.
Hey.
Gain the momentum back.
As Shishran pulls the ubiquitous cowl of her cloak over her head, because always, and disappears into the crowd.
Managed to pull the hood over, and you duck through. The security guards are still kind of like, as they kind of convene, they look over top of you. They seem to still be looking around. And
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of make my way, staying within the crowd whenever possible, to the post office, or whatever, public, if there's a public bulletin station or whatever, public. I don't even know what it'd be called, like a information kiosk or news kiosk, anything like that.
all right. Oh boy. All right. I need Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 officers seem to kind of like notice. They start looking towards you, so their glaze or like their attention is coming towards your table where you're at.
Time to leave, Beckman. Out the back.
Control security difficulty of 2.
Security. Infiltration focus.
Sure.
Throw that momentum out for an extra die.
Oh no. Poor
Beckman.
Poor Beckman. Oh no.
Shoot you in the foot. Let them catch you instead.
Yeah, you make it towards the go through the bar, and as Beckman's trying to be cautious but overly too cautious to try and sneak out, to avoid detection, he bumps into the waitress, spilling drinks all over him, and she gets real mad. It's like, this is not the exit's over there. You cannot go through the bar. It's like, whoa, man, look, no. And she takes all 4 of her hands and just grabs him and picks him up.
I don't stop. I just leave the way I was headed. Like, whoops, off I go.
This is a misunderstanding. And the 2 security officers start making their way over there, and he kind of looks like, that guy's like, pay for the drinks. Not be good for him. Actually, not the same roll. Come on, 2 successes. Hey! And he just takes and slips some extra credits, like, I'm sorry. And he kind of darts towards the through the kitchen as the security officers start following.
Yeah, no, I slip away and just continue. I'm actually using his commotion as a way to draw attention away from me, so I can keep escaping. I'm trusting that he has enough training to get out on his own. Which apparently I was right.
Yeah, luckily he's got a slippery tongue. All right. So Shran, you're heading towards the post office. Wolfgang von Wartburg the First is a nice person. He is a kind and loving person.
Is he though?
Hey, my value says nothing about someone of equivalent rank. He's not my subordinate. Look after yourself, Commander. Should have been lower rank. I might have saved you.
So Shran will see what she can learn about Commander Wolfberg and her own status vis-a-vis Federation authorities.
As you're kind of keeping a low key, and you do see like several Starfleet security officers that are kind of wondering the port.
Okay.
An
Again,
odd
just trying to
number
blend in the crowd.
Sort of arrived to the information kiosks there.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in the bar no more.
So see what I can learn.
What sort of information are you wanting to learn?
I'm wanting to find out about these bulletins about Wartburg and to see if it's just Wartburg or if it's me and Beckman as well.
Give me reason plus con. Difficulty of 1.
We'll try this.
Do you wish to succeed at cost?
Sure.
All right. You learn as you go through the information kiosk that it's only just Commander Wolfgang. It seems that your name as well as Commander Beckman's name are not mentioned in that. In fact, as you're kind of going through and searching for your name, it seems that you're listed as KIA. As for Commander Beckman, it's not really, it just says active duty. That's all it really says. And as you're going through this information, with at least with Wolfgang, he's wanted for treason as well as espionage against Federation and Starfleet. And as you're going through this, a security officer kind of goes, "Can I help you, miss?" Approaches you. As he approaches you,
Just catching up on the latest news. If you Starfleet boys want this guy captured, you really should offer a reward.
well, we're just asking the citizens to keep an eye out. We'll handle it.
Uh huh. Well, good luck with that. Once you guys get serious about it, I'll see you then. I'm not gonna walk off.
No. Oh, that's actually 2. He kind of grabs your arm. I'm sorry. Is everything all right? He
No,
kind
everything's not all right. How can a bounty hunter make any money with you people putting people who commit treason out there without any kind of reward whatsoever? How's a
Well-
girl supposed to eat?
of looks like a little startled by your comments. Like, you look familiar. Can I see your identification, please?
I'm a Federation citizen. Unless you have a warrant, I don't have to show you my ID at all. Is he the only security guard around?
You kind of start to make a little ruckus, and other ones have kind of like their questions, like, you know, kind of they're looking your direction, but they haven't approached yet.
So what's he doing now?
He's like, "Ma'am, I need to see your identification. You're not under arrest, but I just wish to confirm your ID, if you do not mind."
That's 2 ways I can go about this. Unlawful detention, yeah. Oh, all right. I suppose so, since you've asked nicely. And I kind of start going through my various pockets, taking my sweet time about it. I said, well, damn it, I think I left it back at the bar. Just hold on, wait right here. And I turn around and dive into the crowd.
Give me daring plus security, difficulty of 2.
take a threat for bold. Small unit tactics for losing myself in the crowd, or
No.
Or avoiding a small team
or
chasing
avoiding a
after you.
small team. Yeah.
That increased complication.
Not worth it for the increased complication. Damn. Let's see if bold will save me. Yes.
As he kind of stops the fiddle to look like, it's like, I could check your ID, and then as you run and dart off the card, he's like, kind of puts his scanner back in his pocket and breaks out the communicator. Be advised, look out for an Endorian female, supposed bounty hunter.
Well, if that's all the description he has, I'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess roll for Beckman to see if he got away. Good job, Beckman. Good job.
He just had to believe in himself. I know I did.
Two more threat added to the game. As a new user joins in. After some time, as you guys docked, Beckman meets back up with you, Wolfgang. He's going to go, whew. Being locked up for 6 months really kind of messes with your mojo. I don't know how you do it, Wolfgang, being cooped up in a ship all the time.
One is always active, but I've had more security incursions than I've needed in my ship life, but not exactly a pleasure cruise. I wasn't certain your waitress gambit was going to work, though. It seemed a bit loud.
Gambit. Glad you think that.
Oh, that was unintentional. Oh,
That was an accident.
oh.
Told you I'm rusty for some reason.
You're gonna be all right. You can sit up the day if you want, or the hour, I should say. I don't want to press you.
Nah, it's best we stay on the move.
All right.
Dragon. Why have I heard that name before?
I want you to try to look up that ship in the in one of the Civi databases regarding the ship. Maybe some any news bulletins regarding security activity and so on.
I got it.
But
We definitely do not need. We should not go there.
why?
Let's just say my dealings with trying to dig into the underground merchant society there. Dragon Star is not known for being hospitable to the people that they say they are transporting.
Talking hunters or slavers?
Let's just say he's into that guy is into a lot of stuff, from slavery to he might as well be walking into a trap if we go with that guy.
How big's the freighter? You think? I imagine it's bigger than a shuttle. There's no reason to not many warp capable shuttles these days. Not within Fed space.
I mean, it's decent size. It's standard freighter.
So not much bigger then.
It's game terms. It's about scale 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, if it comes down to it, Well, we're still going to get a scan of her from a distance, and we're going to see if we can seize the ship from him. If not, we'll just walk our own way and continue on.
Don't we have a
Oh,
rendezvous point here on the planet to meet your ship?
we do, but we still have to wait for that message, and we've been waiting a bit. But if security's pressure increases, it's going to be a problem. Plus, he's expecting to see us, and he's the sort of man who chases credits in Latinum wherever he finds it. If he doesn't find it for me, he's going to find it for someone else.
Well, and we've got a uh, extraction point and time worked out, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's move to a quiet place near the post office. Check in with that message. How long to the extraction time, you think?
Not too much longer.
I'll check a pad and try to figure out how many hours we have or how many days.
4 hours.
Half a day to wait it out. All right. We'll wait near the post office, see if any new messages come in, and we'll meet up with Shishran there. And then we can figure out where we're going to hole up near the extraction.
As you're walking by, you notice that a group of Starfleet security officers are heading towards your way. Difficulty would be 2 to avoid them.
Security?
Control security.
Control security. All right. Infiltration focus?
Yeah.
Actually, could I shift it to team dynamics so I can get Jet along with me so I don't we don't get separated again?
Sure.
Have a threat for an extra die. As I kind of motion for him to go a certain direction, and then I take lead so he can stay close to me. Oh,
Wow. Yeah. 3 momentum gained. He kind of nods and he kind of goes off, and split up and blend into the crowd. And Starfleet officers are completely oblivious as they walk by you. The two of you reemerge. It's just like the good old days, huh? You join.
I'm used to being on the other side of a search like this. Although I will appreciate the fact that it's Starfleet looking for me instead of Klingons. Starfleet actually bothers with stun settings.
Fair enough.
Well, let's keep a move on, but let's try not to move. Despite the pressure, we're gonna have to maintain pace. People walking too quickly is what security guys like these look for.
And eventually you meet back up with Shran.
Well, she looks at Wartburg. Uh, You're in trouble. I'm dead. He's on active duty.
You shouldn't be active on an undercover. Oh no, they make Celestia's undercover. You're dead. That makes no sense.
Didn't happen to find out where I was stationed at, did you?
No, I got tumbled before I could dig too deeply. But last we heard that you were supposedly on LP 129. You were one of the reasons we went herring off.
I was never on that listening post.
Well, we know that now.
But command doesn't. Or if they do, they don't want it public knowledge. One or two things happened. Either my message didn't get to the right people, or this is a lot worse than I think it is. We do have contact for extraction, but
Well,
it's
now
weird.
wait a minute. Remember last time Haggard sent you a reply. So if you've gotten that, you should know that he's seen your message.
Well, the reason why Wolfgang is suspicious, like we're still listed as wanted. I'm listed as wanted. He's still listed as dead. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. If Starfleet knows we're okay, what's going on?
Fair enough.
All right,
I
we're
thought it
still
was
going to
just
do
the
this
captain. The
Oh,
captain
go ahead.
knows.
Yeah, I don't know who he told.
Yeah, I don't think the captain told anybody.
No, I warned Bennett that it appears that Beckman wasn't who that there was another Beckman out there, and
Right.
that and I also told him that there was at least a possibility that Cartwright was involved in something because Wolfgang's message had Beckman in a mission for Cartwright, but Cartwright didn't say anything when we turned over Beckman to the two admirals after they debriefed us.
Hey, it's hard to say what Bennett's doing right now. So
Yeah.
he could be playing it
Alright.
low key or like letting you guys figure out more information before he acts.
Yeah, but Haggard did pass it on to Bennett.
All right, Beckman to Shran. Let's try to get as close to the extraction point as we can and be as out of the way as possible for any patrols. You both know the Shran here has been more well briefed on the loyalists search and detain measures. So between the three of us and we should be able to evade them long enough to meet. As for this, wait a minute. You said only weren't you you're dead, he's not. So I'm the only one who's wanted.
Right. But it might be kind of difficult to explain me popping up here alive and well.
Yeah. And ID check would look very bad if they caught you, and you will raise questions, Beckman. Questions you don't want to answer to anyone but my captain. Not yet, anyway.
Well, the last thing is I want before I go back into Starfleet hands. I don't know who I'm walking in with. Better someone I know than someone I don't.
Well, you can trust Haggard. Good Starfleet stock. Sort of captain we used to have years ago. Don't have him as much anymore. Everyone's too cautious. I mean, makes for safer ships, but makes for very uninspiring missions. If he knows I'm sending you, then he'll keep you safe. Strand here as well.
Well, let's I guess make our way to Hangar Bay 14. Assuming that's where we're going, right? Or you want
No, that's not our rendezvous point.
Oh, you two are going to the rendezvous point. I'm going to Hangar Bay 14.
You sure about that?
Wolf, that's why.
Because we are holding intelligence that outweighs all three of us. And I'm not the sort of commander that sends a subordinate off on a, shall we say, what's going to be a rather rough encounter.
Why are we wanting to put any of us there by that same intelligence in reach of somebody like this John character?
Because if I don't run into him and slow him down at all, he's going to start making noise that we don't need. So we can do one or two of three things in my mind. One, all three of us head to the rendezvous point, hope his shout for our arrest doesn't get us, whether through private or security means. We go to him and we take him and his ship and neutralize them. Or one of us who can interact with him can slow him down so the other two can make the rendezvous point and hope that the ship can save the third.
If they're looking for us and your ship arrives, won't that cause an alarm for the other vessels, Federation vessels that are in the area, or all the two Starfleet vessels that are in orbit?
Yeah, have either of you heard any word about who they are? I don't know of any ships assigned out this way. Then again, not exactly my operational area, so.
Um, I'm acting on old information here, so
I didn't see anything about that in the database, but
all the Starfleet security around, there's got to be one or two ships in orbit.
Suggestions? We have 3 paths in front of us.
I say we make it to the rendezvous point and trust the captain to get us the hell out of here. And then we can deal with whatever once we're back on board the Argo.
Jet?
Maybe we'll have to try get a communication to your ship. Well, I don't. Something doesn't sit right with me on this.
Well, I'm not exactly read up on the latest engineering manuals on ad hoc communications. I've pulled it off once, but that was more by luck than by skill. So unless either of you two know how to to reroute a subspace signal to a ship, I don't know if we can make any communication to them beyond the clandestine method I've arranged. Even that's sort of I have to do through the connections. I'm a person of assets, not subspace relays. Unless you happen to know someone out this way, Beckman.
Afraid not.
Well, 4 hours. GM, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there any sort of like public subspace thing we could use?
Potentially, yeah.
What's your engineering, Wolfgang?
1.
I mean, Shashran is rolling control and daring engineering. Well, control engineering of 14.
You're rolling higher than I am, actually. Which is
So
Shran.
she might be able to, you know, reroute a subspace relay or something. If that's what the role would be.
Yeah, because it'd either be rerouting an existing relay or building one out of our comlinks, our comm badges and our communicators, sorry, and trying to ping it out that way. Because communicators can actually reach a long way. It's just the trick is making sure we're not overheard when we do it.
All right. I'm willing to give it a shot.
After hemming and hawing with Shastran for a little bit, it's gonna be like, all right, well, we'll use one of our communicators and we'll wait near the extraction point. If we're lucky and there's a subspace communication platform we can use instead of our communicators, great. If not, we'll just have to make do.
Or if they're public comms that I could maybe patch my communicator into.
Nod.
I would imagine there are public communication sort of kiosks in the area that you could use to talk to people through. Granted, it wouldn't be through a Starfleet signal, more of a civilian channel.
Right, but I'm assuming that using my communicator, I could tie that in and maybe transmit on a Starfleet frequency specific with the Argo's code or whatever.
Like encrypt it in some fashion, so
Yeah.
only the Argo can pick it up.
Yeah, but it's gonna be extremely difficult if you're doing it remotely. Um, so this would probably be a daring plus engineering difficulty of 4.
4.
Okay, daring engineering, I'm only rolling a 12. But I do have security systems, which might come in handy, and computers.
And I'm gonna up the complication range to 3.
Um, is it possible for me to try to create an advantage to help Strand out in the form of certain command codes or special codes that only the Argo uses that I would know as the XO, possibly doing a roll or burning determination for it?
Yeah. Trying to think what the role would be. I would say it'd be insight command. And the reason I'm gonna say it's insight command is you recalling a certain, frequency that only the Argo would use, and that would Mira would pick up right away. To
All
listen
right.
in.
How hard would that be?
It'd be difficulty 2 because you're getting an advantage. So
Okay, fair
insight
enough.
command difficulty 2.
Uh, nah, I don't have a good excuse. I don't have a good reason for team dynamics. I will throw a momentum at it. For an extra die. Hey.
Okay. So the advantage is created. You you kind of know, like you're telling Strand, like, hey, use encode the message on this frequency. The Argo should pick it up, and only the Argo. You might, if you roll a complication, that means someone else might have piggybacked and heard the message.
Yeah.
So yeah, difficulty 3, complication range is 3. Daring engineering.
Okay. Would you take leave no one behind as a value to spend a determination on? Because this is, getting us out, all of us.
Because the alternative was Warburg was going to go all on his lonesome and buy them time. It's like, oh, hold on. You don't have to do that. We can do it this way.
Sure.
Okay, so she'll spend her determination. So there's automatically 2 on the field. Difficulty 3, take a momentum for third die.
2 momentum mean?
2 momentum. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Security systems or computers for a focus.
No, this would be more like subspace communication or
Fair
subspace
enough.
theory.
I just realized I wish we had 3 momentum. I would have given you determination back. Darn. The one time XO would have been useful. Hey.
There we go. So
Uh,
that's a total of 5.
2 momentum gained. So you get 2 momentum back. And with that, though, I go to the Argo Bridge.
Hive of scum and... Oh, never mind.
And we go to the next scene.
No.
Out of curiosity,
Backtracking just a... Sorry, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, would Rayburn have had any more time to fiddle with his phaser project while this is going on?
Try to remember the phrase of project. You messaged that to me, didn't you?
Basically, it was just he was trying to fiddle with his hand phaser to make it a little more versatile.
How so?
Basically, he wanted to try to figure out a way to kind of change the way the phaser operates so that it might not be as much of a tool as a straight weapon, almost more like a disruptor. Basically, trying to get almost the vicious stat on it at some sort of cost somewhere else.
And you can already do Vicious 1 with the phaser. You just
Yeah.
have to charge it for Vicious. which is your
Unless he's
minor action.
permitting it so it's always on vicious one.
Unless you're permanently it's on vicious one, then you could do that. Keep in
Yeah, that's what
mind
I'm trying to do is
this phaser project. When you get the phaser, like the pistol, so when you're using
Yep.
just a straight up pistol, um, for you to use it, there's always going to be an escalation cost with it. So I'll take one threat every time you take it, or if you want to have it on you at all time, it'll be at the start of the scene. Because it
Hey,
is.
wait a minute. That sounds familiar.
Well, what I'm saying is because it's a modified phaser.
Mhm.
It's not standard issue. There's gonna be a little bit of a penalty to it.
But at least you don't have to use up a turn charging it. It'll just have vicious straight out of the gate.
Is that something you're wanting?
Yep. Now, out of curiosity, with that, would I still be able to use a minor action to aim, or would
Yes.
that?
You can still
Okay.
use a minor action to aim.
All right.
You
So
just
yeah,
will
that's
not.
basically
It will not have the charge ability, so you will
Yeah.
not be able to do area with it.
okay.
Oops, I have the wrong sheet up. There we go.
Yeah, there won't be a roll for it. I would say you've had plenty of time to actually work on that. So unless you're wanting it right now in this, for the remainder of the session, you'll have to spend that threat. Or give me that threat, essentially.
It's only one threat.
Yeah,
One
sure.
threat.
We've given more than that just walking around talking to people.
That's true.
One threat.
True.
I wouldn't sweat it.
All right. Talking is so daring. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Especially when trying to do it on an encrypted channel that only Argo could pick up.
And is Shastran speaking, or is it Wolfgang actually talking through it?
Wolfgang will do it just to save the captain from talking to himself.
Sounds good.
Mira kind of gets a little smile on her face. Captain, you're going to want to hear this.
Put it on.
Puts it on kind of like not like speaker room, but like on like enough to where you can hear it on the console.
She passes me a spare ear thing.
Yeah.
This is Alpha Sierra 225 Blue, contacting ship. Ship, be advised that there are unknown vessels in the area with security teams who apparently are searching for myself and looking to detain me. My current escort and my friend in black have seemed to be fine. One seems to be dead, and one seems to be on duty. So that's somewhat of an issue. At the present time, I'm also made contact with a hostile, I won't mince words, hostile criminal element in the area who recognize me and may cause noise when I'm here. But be advised in these circumstances, as you come into this area of space, this area may not be in support of your efforts to render aid. Please advise.
I nod to Mira to let me talk. This is Argo Actual. Acknowledge. Suggest you make every effort to be at time and at place and location previously mentioned. Will attempt emergency extraction with minimal delay.
Alpha Sierra certainly hopes that you have plans for the ships up there. Actual, it's there's a lot of personnel here.
Understood. Well, I'll work on it from this end. Keep your head down, Alpha Sierra.
Acknowledge. Out.
I'd hand the earpiece back to Mira. Let's see, who would that be? Mr. Rayburn, what do we have about ships, Starfleet vessels assigned to this area of space, specifically Starbase 123, Taurelia, and I want to call it Dionysus, but that's not right.
It's actually this sector. of space.
Denasia, yeah.
Stand by, sir. Let me look that up.
Yeah, let's see.
Give me reason con difficulty of 1.
Reason con.
Yeah. This is standard orders and ship, placement.
May have asked the wrong person. I was trying to ask a PC instead of the supporting.
Could it arguably command to know what the superiors have ordered people to do? I don't know if that's any better for your Rayburn. I'm hoping it is.
No, it's not.
Never mind. Don't worry about it, GM. Don't worry about
Unless
it.
you're looking up like tactical deployment orders, then it would be security.
Can we call it tactical?
I mean, if you're looking up the tactical information of like deployment of the ships, then yes, it would be reason security difficulty of 1. But if you're looking up like what ships are in the area, what they're actually doing, what they're saying orders are, that's going to be more of a con roll or command.
Well, at least tactically, at least know who's where. We just don't know why precisely they're there, other than who they're intending to shoot at.
So,
Yeah, reason security difficulty of 1 if you're going for tactical deployment.
okay.
Oh, hey.
The ship can help, but it would also mean that, cause like he's just going through, like, I way I say is like he's just going casually through, like, okay, who's in this area, or if you're kind of going on incognito mode. If you're going incognito mode, the ship will not help because that's gonna raise alarms.
Okay. I'd leave it alone. You got it.
So 1 momentum gain.
Ow.
You all right there?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Let me see what we got. USS Hornet, USS Avenger have been deployed in the area around, was that Taurelia? Taurelia? Something like that?
Trillia.
Does Haggard know what class those vessels are?
Give me insight con difficulty of 2.
Yeah, I'll give you a momentum for a third die.
6th threat.
Right.
It sounds like another game.
So, got it. Constitution and a Miranda. So have we made our drop off to Denesia yet or not?
No, you're on your way there. You're technically passing by Trelia, which you theoretically you could pick up Wolfgang and company on your way, though you have a new issue though.
What's the new issue?
There's the two ships.
Right. Okay. I'm going to we're going to make best speed to Denesia to drop off the medical supplies. I'm going to contact the have Mira contact the Hornet. Tell them the emergency nature of our mission with the meds and inform them of the fate of the Armington, the civilian freighter, and that while we're dropping off synthesizers and emergency rations, that the colony could use some more food assistance if they can spare some of their own field synthesizers and rations, because we were only able to get the medicine out. In other words, trying to give an excuse to draw the Connie away from Terillia.
Yes, Captain. She kind of relays the message, and time passes. Captain, the Hornet is acknowledging, saying that unfortunately they cannot divert the help. They are currently engaged on an operation on Trelia, and they are unable to move at current time.
Not so much for that idea. All right, Lieutenant West. Emergency warp to Denesia. Let's get there, get what we need to get done, and make our way back. Lieutenant Mira, request that the Hornet contact and coordinate with Terrellian authorities to assemble food supplies for the Denesia colony. And we will, as soon as after we've dropped off the emergency supplies, we'll return to take aboard the consumables to return to Denesia.
Hi, sir. Captain, we're getting an incoming hail from the colony.
On screen. This is Captain Ulysses Haggard of the USS Argo. We're reading you, Denesia colony.
Argo, this is Dr. Bradley. I don't know how longer you have to get here, but we need those supplies right away. Another 2,000 just fell, and two more of my staff have fallen.
Lieutenant West, ETA now at maximum at emergency warp.
"4 hours, Captain." Ronkheimer's like, weren't we supposed to meet Wolfgang 4?
Who said that?
Haran.
Kind of glance severely at Haran, like, shh. And that's at emergency warp 14.
Yeah, you're still pretty far out.
Okay. Looks like 4 hours is what we could do. Doctor, I'll see if I can't shave off a little bit off of that. We're coming as fast as we can. Just try and hold on.
Understood.
Argo out. Commander Martel, can you get any more speed out of the engines?
Is Martell alive?
I think he may have fallen asleep again.
Paging, Commander Martell. Paging. Please report to the computer.
I think he's asleep.
Wes kind of turns to Jersey. Captain, couldn't we just drop one of the shuttles and have them pick up said company?
I think that's our best option.
Sorry, we don't have a pilot today, so.
Right. So that'll have to be. Okay. West, you'll pilot the shuttle. Mr. Rayburn, you'll accompany Lieutenant West. Take Dr. Ansas or somebody, maybe not Ansas. He's being played as a coward lately. Take somebody from medical. Have them carry copies of genetic and medical records for Shishran and Wartburg both. As soon as you get them on board, I want them to be checked out, and we need to know if they are who they say they are. Mr. Rayburn?
Yes, sir. I'll get right on that.
And take anybody else you think you might need or want.
Of course, sir.
So,
So do I need to do a crew activation or?
not until they roll. So you can just have them with you, and then whenever you need a supporting character to make a roll, that's when they activate. Right, Prax?
Yes. They're activated for the remainder of the scene until.
Right. So, how far away from Terrillia are we? I mean, we.
Fairly close.
Okay, yeah. So we can go ahead and launch the shuttle.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
But then you have to wait
Lieutenant...
to pick up the shuttle after you're done on Denasia.
Right. Lieutenant West, fly stealthy.
A little smile comes to her face. Understood, Captain.
So pick your team, Mr. Rayburn.
Okay. So now probably need someone to fly it, so some sort of con officer.
That's west.
Yep. And then I'm security. You think maybe engineering?
It's up to you. Captain ordered medical, but beyond that, it's up to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So I'll just take I'll
Uh,
take 2 medical people just to be
keep
on the safe side.
keep in mind, real quick. Keep in mind.
Yep.
So the shuttle can only hold 6. You're picking up 3. You already got 2, yourself and West. So really, you can only have one person, one more. Or else the
Okay,
shuttles
then
be
I'll
too
take I'll take the 1 medical support.
Who? Ansas, Blackford.
Oh, I'll definitely take Ansas. He's a brave soldier.
Yes. But now Wolfgang can play him, and he might be.
You might actually want to bring along Blackford instead, since she has emergency medicine and stuff. If that's what you're worried about, he's a surgeon and radiologist and stuff. Much as I love Ansys and every opportunity to sound smug, he's not the best man for the job. I would advise. But you're bringing who you want, so
Nice thing about Ansys, though, is he has some talents and values.
that's true. Blackford hasn't really been used that much. You only
Yeah,
just
she
got
hasn't
used
been
once.
activated, I don't think.
She's been activated once.
Okay. That was the episode she got knocked out.
Yeah.
So racist.
Hey, now.
Yeah.
It's not my fault she was right there. Person was attacking for convenience.
Look, what's wrong with dentists? You have a thing against dentists?
So, Ansas.
Where is he? There he is. Goes over there.
Alright. Okay. So, with that, while the Argo is going at warp, this is gonna be a short scene. West and Rayburn head to the shuttle bay. And if someone wants to roll for West, well, then welcome to.
Yeah, if Wartburg, you want to take Ansys and I'll take West.
Sure.
Another flight control NPC.
Figure Haran can probably take over the con with the helm.
The Sork.
Oh, that's right, the actual PC helmsman.
Can we use a PC when they're not here?
The GM can.
Yeah.
Yeah, to fill seats, and because it makes sense that's who'd be there probably.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Argo for most of this is not going to be where the big action is.
Uh,
I
let's
said
see.
for most of this.
Most probably. So I need for West needs to make a daring con difficulty of 2. She has push limits, so that would be 2. Yeah.
Do what? What is push the limits?
It lowers the difficulty. Well, actually, it's not Is it environmental hazard? It's not environmental hazard. So it'll be difficulty 3.
Okay.
You're flying a shuttle out of the Argo at warp.
Warp 14. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's shuttle's gonna get a nice, boost all the way to Trelia, but it's not a pretty. It's kind of rocky. Yeah, the shuttle does assist with engines con to try and maintain it stably. Let's just say this is pretty, risky. Right up West's alley, really.
Right. So difficulty 3.
Yep.
So yeah, I have 1 bold, 2 bold, and 1 momentum for 4 die. Small craft is a focus.
And this is how Rayburn died.
Of
My
course.
difficulty's 3.
Yes, difficulty is 3.
There's 4.
1 momentum gained.
So
3
here's
momentum
the reroll for
gained.
the bold.
Complication, darn.
Haha! That was great.
Oh, the shuttlecraft launches from the Argo, and you just Rayboard, you kind of like you're sitting in the co-pilot seat, and you just feel this intense, like before the inertial dampers kick in, it's just like you're pulled back into your seat, instantaneously. Odd Sauce is freaking out in the back.
Wes says,
Ah,
woo!
yeah.
That's real flying right there.
I don't know. I don't know if that's good flying at all. You call that flying?
We could go again.
No, that's perfectly fine. Just get us where we need to go, please, Lieutenant. In one piece, preferably.
He's very picky, that one.
Yes, alive is a thing to be picky about. A funny thing about medicine.
No worries, Doctor. Okay. Question, since I never play a character with untapped potential and she has it. Did she need to do something?
Roll a challenge dice.
Okay.
It's to see if you get any momentum or give me threat.
I think this fires anytime you buy dice.
Yeah, anytime you buy. So yeah, you get a momentum,
That gives,
and I get a threat.
yeah, that's the one downside is you kind of rolling the dice on that because you give him threat if you get
Literally.
the effect.
It is pretty powerful though, because if you roll a 2, that's 2 extra momentum you gain. So
It's true. Or you can roll 0 and nothing happens, and then
Nothing
everyone has a little cry, including the GM.
So yeah, this is sort of like a choose your own adventure part. Which area do you want to do? Which part do you want to do first?
You mean between the shuttle and the
Argo.
Argos? What do you think, guys? Either way works for me.
Let's have Rayburn charging off into destruction. I would
course.
suggest.
Yeah, with his pinned pistol.
That's right.
Oh, that's where Pinn's pistol came from, you know. Rayburn made it back in
It
It is a
23rd
Telerite
century.
too, so
It all makes sense now.
Everything's coming together.
this Rayburn guy he gets it. All right, so Trelia it is.
Oh,
The shuttlecraft comes out of warp just outside of Trelia. Currently in the system, there are actually several ships, including 2 Federation ships that are in currently a standard orbit around the planet.
Okay, so
Oh, new scene by the way, so you go down 1 momentum.
yeah. Boop.
West is going to try and plot and fly a course that provides minimal chance for detection by the starships as possible.
So like here, probably. Relative to them, I mean.
It's like, what do you mean here? I didn't see that.
No, near the planet on an opposite end, probably like here.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if I can avoid it and then get in a place where I'm pretty much have the planet between
So that's
me
all
and
right.
both of the ships.
So every time
Yeah.
you move the ship, a lot of these ships in the system are going to move as well. So their position's going to change.
Does this freighter look like it's heading in towards the planet?
It is. It's heading towards the planet. Um,
Okay, I want to try and
that one's
hide
heading
in
that
its.
way. That one's going that way.
I want to try and hide the shuttle in this one's. I guess sensor shadow would be it. Kind of, in modern terms, I guess to be in its radar shadow, so that fly close enough where you couldn't really tell the small shuttle's signature from the freighters. You see what I'm saying?
Do a submarine move where you're hiding in the wake of a transport vessel.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, flying
Yeah.
close enough. I don't want the freighter to detect me pretty much either. So kind of coming up behind them. Of course, I'm not.
Yeah.
Their sensors aren't as sensitive, but yeah, so that when the freighter shows up on the sensors, even though the shuttle's right there, what the sensors are detecting are the freighter, and we're kind of washed out by the freighter's presence.
Okay. You're gonna have to probably impulse there. So
Okay, so we're gonna do
this is
kind
gonna
of like
be
combat now.
daring plus con, difficulty of 2, and you'll have to use a power to get there.
Somebody got the shuttle.
I can get it.
Okay.
And then shuttle will assist with engines con.
Where are you? With engines gone, you say?
Yes, engines con.
Okay.
What was the daring con difficulty again?
2.
Okay. Let's see. May I ask where the 2 is coming from? Because usually the impulse
You're
action.
creating an advantage here.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
As you're
Okay.
yeah, that's why it's 2, because you're trying to create the advantage, with the impulse to get yourself
Okay,
in
so I
close
will
enough.
give you bold for a third die, small craft for focus. There we go.
Get a momentum. The shuttle goes down 1 power, and
Okay.
you kind of hide in the shuttle's wake, or the transport's wake.
Just hiding right behind a massive freighter who's dumping untold amounts of unregulated radiation. Nothing major.
She kind of looks back over her shoulder. Starfleet shuttles have excellent radiation shielding. Plus, Doctor, I'm sure that you'll be able to handle any problems we may encounter.
Didn't think I was going to bring out the rad part of my kit, but here we are.
All right. To stay with the actual transport. It's going to be another daring con, difficulty of 2.
Okay. Same thing again. Threat for a third.
Engines con. Come on, complication.
No, not even
Okay,
close.
2
gonna
momentum
happen
gain.
soon. We've gotten way too lucky with our shuttle rolls last week in this.
The freighter keeps moving forward. So yeah, it's the same rolls before to kind of keep up the advantage.
Daring Con difficulty 2.
Yep.
I think
You
this time
can
I will
do it.
give you momentum for the third die.
Oops.
Come on, complication.
Don't get to reroll anything with momentum.
Get the momentum back.
And did you do untapped potential?
Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It'll matter in case it gives you threat, though. That's why you have to check that.
true.
Well, yeah. So probably not do it because we already have max.
Well, it's automatic every time you do it, right? That's the downside of untapped. It's like, did you buy a die? Yeah. Roll your challenge dice. Like, oh.
It's either momentum or threat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Roll it.
Or nothing. Well,
we have one float that kind of goes away here in a second. I get the threat,
Yeah,
so
but-
thank you. Spending 2 threat. The freighter you're currently, hiding behind stalls. As, they all of a sudden come to sort of a drift in space as their engines go out.
Well, that's unexpected.
I don't know, subpar technological systems far on the frontier. It's a wonder it moves.
Huh. Are they sending out any kind of distress signal?
No.
I don't suppose there's a way we can help fix their stall from our remotely or through some bit of transporter trickery.
There's no transporter on the shuttle, Doctor.
Right.
That's just crazy talk. Transporter on a shuttle.
Some species have them. I keep forgetting we don't. All
Not
this way with
exactly.
all this technology, and we're trapped behind a broken down freighter.
Should I stick with it and try to limp it? Connect. We could always connect to the hull, or I could try and make a run for the planet.
Master Chief, what are your estimations on a... Oops, that's not right. Is that right?
What?
Oh, that's a different character. Rayburn's not a Master Chief.
No, Abrams a lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Same rank then. Rayburn, what do you think our chances are of slipping by 2 ships like that? Do you think this little thing's fast enough?
It's possible, but tricky to be sure.
If we wait and if we can stay out of sight until they're in the opposite position on the planet from where they are now, assuming we're in about the same position, then we can approach the planet with the ships on the other side of it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, stay hidden here with the stalled ship.
Right. And wait for them to move around to this side of the planet and hope that in the meantime the freighter doesn't wind up having to call for help from handy dandy Starfleet vessels.
So you're gonna hold?
Yep.
Question, GM. When we scan, is it like an active ping that someone would notice, or is it something that we're just passively sensing stuff? I forget how it works.
Depends on what type of scan. So
Yeah, I was about to say.
you can
I was thinking
actively
of like
ping, like a passive ping, you're only collecting in the information that comes to you. An active ping is you're sending a ping out to see, waiting for the response to come back. sort of like a sonar.
Yeah, has the freighter noticed us at all, or are we too small that they don't even see us?
I've been also trying to keep in their blind spot.
Okay, so me throwing sensor sweeps at them would draw their attention. Never mind.
I gotta imagine all that radiation would make it more difficult as well.
It would. We don't have the same sensor suite as the ship. Shuttles have rudimentary sensors, not a whole lot to them.
Just kind of holding with the freighter and keeping an eye on the starships with passive sensors.
Oh, you poor freighter. Poor freighter. Some chief engineers probably not too happy on there. In fact, they kind of drift a little bit this way.
Stay with them. It's getting us closer to the planet.
They're falling the right way.
Well, it's velocity.
Yeah,
plus
momentum.
momentum plus
They're a victim of
gravity.
inertia.
They kind of gotta get their edges on line before they get too close. Then they're in real trouble. It's like, Captain, we're falling. So
Stay
yeah.
on the gravity well.
I don't think those ships are supposed to be flying sideways.
So kind of have to stay in close with the drift to stay with them though. So this is gonna be a daring con difficulty of 1. So you don't hit them, and not be
Right.
noticed. Staying in the blind spot.
Ram them into their deaths.
We got momentum, so I'll take 1 for a 3rd die.
Momentum hug.
Now we've got one
One
floating.
float. Engine's gone for the ship. Come on, complication. Come on, shuttle. You can do it. I believe in you.
Can I take the 2 floating and create an advantage that for as long as the ship keeps drifting, that I can have created a flight algorithm that lets me stay with them without having to
Manually adjust.
right.
Sure.
Okay.
At least while they're drifting. So
Right.
Yeah.
I need you to give me a challenge dice though.
Oh yeah. Right.
Effect. To float.
Actually, we could ask a question based on this. I'm thinking if we're wondering if, based on this, if we could tell if they're at risk on their current trajectory, if they're at risk of actually falling into the gravity of the planet. Assuming they just keep drifting where they're going anyway.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely obvious the way they're drifting is that they're caught in the gravitational well.
Maybe they're going. Maybe they're
Or-
going this way. That way.
Well,
Unfortunately, they're going this way. That's kind of a problem.
yeah, their momentum and plus gravity is they're being pushed into the planet.
Yeah, no, I can't ask that other question. It has nothing to do with our flying.
Just stay with them for another bit.
It is to you guys now.
I'm saying we just kind of drift and wait.
What direction is this guy going again?
Looked like he was going this way. From the last move, anyway.
What if you moved in such a way that you're kind of ready to jump away from this ship as it drifts and then fall after this one? Because this one, if it keeps falling, it's gonna start calling for
Right.
help, and those other ships are gonna come over to where it is.
That sounds like a plan. So yeah, shift to be in a position to move to tag, start tagging along with this one.
So you're gonna move there, essentially, and wait for it to get close enough.
Yeah.
Darren
Or maybe
Khan.
like there. Either way.
Be Darren Khan difficulty 2.
All right. I'll
Trying
give
to
you
not arouse suspicion.
momentum for the third. They're right back.
Got it right back there. Right? Oh, the shuttle might give you.
Oh, there it is. Let's buy it off. Perhaps you really do design like way too good con officers.
I know I do, because I played one. Kind of misplaying them though. They're only fun when you get stuff like this. So, all right. Rayburn, your console begins to light up. Sensor contact, USS Hornet.
Sir, I've got the USS Hornet on sensors.
Who are you serving? You're in charge.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good point. So used to you being the captain.
Yeah. The only other person in the shuttle with you is a lieutenant in the same rank, and you're lead,
Yeah.
so they're kind of following. He's being vocal, but he's a doctor. Of course, he's vocal.
So does that mean it's just showing up on our scanners, or are we being scanned?
Like it's showing that they have active sensors going out, and you're within their radius. Currently, they don't detect you because you're hanging close to the other ship.
Looks like they're trying to see if anyone's around. Is there any way we can lower our signature even further, make sure that we stay undetected?
Unless you want me to fly up their primary engine duct and pray it doesn't come on.
Or we eliminate our signature altogether. Let gravity take us the rest of the way. Otherwise, we're just a bunch of metal and heat. And there's a lot more interesting heat and energy out here than us.
Are you suggesting we go power down and I make a dead stick landing? Because I could totally do that.
Why did I say that out loud? Looks over at Rayburn. Your call. It's your mission.
Show us if you really can do it.
Oh no. I'm gonna sit down.
I don't think you can.
Okay, so if I went dead, if I shut down all power now, would are we close enough where the gravity well would just kind of take us in on a ballistic trajectory?
Yeah, I mean you're already technically caught in their gravity, well. So you're just maintaining position with the actual freighter because it's got more mass, so it's falling a bit quicker than what you are.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I'll power down everything except
Maneuver
life
thrusters.
support.
Even life support. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, need life support.
Well, actually, if we put on EVA suits, we don't need life support either.
I don't have time to do that while I'm flying.
Hold your breath.
Are the maneuvering thrusters, is it just like a chemical propellant, or is that actually something that draws on the engine's power?
Technically, it Star Trek, I believe it draws on engines power from
Yeah, it's a
thrusters.
lower form of impulse.
Okay, so yeah, we're not going to have maneuvering thrusters until we can. Once we hit the atmosphere and our ionization trail coming through gives us a little cover, then we can crank things back up and maneuver and hopefully get low fast enough to avoid sensors. So yeah, that's the plan. Let the gravity take us in. My last maneuver will be to try and adjust the angle of approach so that the ballistics won't have us burn up immediately as soon as we hit the atmosphere. And then yeah, do a dead stick landing or do a dead stick insertion.
All right. So you don't have to make any rolls because gravity's taking a hold.
Lieutenants, I would suggest that you strap in.
I feel like we need
And please remember to keep your arms inside the car at all times.
You're a funny lady, Lieutenant. Very funny.
I never had thought I'd actually get a chance to do this.
Me and my big mouth.
Oh, don't worry, Doctor. I'm basically just flying a brick at 25 times the speed of sound.
I used to do it long ago. Anything shuttles landed. Like flying a brick.
Well, they have the right idea. Speaking of the freighter that moved out of the way.
Well, it went down to the surface and regained its re-entry.
Yeah, so let's go.
Those two vessels went to warp.
Wait, why is the Hornet moving away?
The other ship hasn't called for assistance yet. Maybe smuggling something, and the last thing they want to do is call for Starfleet.
I need a roll for them. Oh God!
You double-thumbed, left-handed.
Sir,
It's not
it
good.
doesn't look like that freighter's going to is powered back up.
So, real quick for Flair, the freighter kicks its engines on and immediately dies. But in doing so, they got an uncontrolled burn and it starts spinning right next to you.
Like along its long axis or its short axis?
Along its long axis.
So in other words, the hot drive is not stabbing out towards us.
Yeah, as in like as you're going, like you just see the long part of the ship just start veering towards you.
Oh God! Is it going to hit us, or are we going to glide by?
It's gonna hit you.
Rayburn, his last words are, "I told you couldn't do it."
Yeah, I'm going to have to quick kick the power back on and dodge.
Yeah, so we'll do this in one roll. It's gonna be a difficulty 4 daring plus con because your engines were cold, and you gotta dodge immediately.
Difficulty 4.
Do.
Daring con.
Don't worry, the thing's rugged. When it takes its one breach and blows up, we'll be able to repair it easier.
Okay, so fortunately, I really am the best. So I'll spend my determination on I really am the best.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 threat for the third die. It's to activate bold. Or actually, I'll give you 2 momentum and 1 threat. Do that.
You mean 1 momentum, 1 threat?
Yeah, 1 momentum, 1 threat. Yeah. Sorry.
Just
I
making
was
sure.
confused
It's like
there.
if you're rolling 5, that's
It's called gratuity.
So
The
2
tip.
on the table already.
Oh, the shuttle. Engine's gone, presumably.
It's 5. I get to re-roll that 0. 6, 7.
3 momentum gained as you hit the thrusters, dodge out of the way as this freighter is like spinning, hurtling towards their death. These poor
Oh, are they actually going to crash?
guys. They might. Let's see what they do. You know what? They have threat. I'll throw a threat at you. Let's see what you do. Poor smugglers. Shit. Oh, that's right. The ship might assist on this. Let's see if they get the assist. I know these stats aren't
Nope.
great. Nope. So yeah, you're hurling towards the shuttle starts shaking a little bit. You nearly dodge. You're skimming across the atmosphere. Communication warning comes out from the actual freighter that they require assistance. The Hornet begins to veer towards the freighter. So yes, you're following script. You know, could burn up. I mean, it's
I say to the pilot, see if you can build up speed. We'll approach the atmosphere and at the last second pull up hard. We'll bounce off the atmosphere.
Don't we want to land, Rayburn?
Not if we're gonna go uncontrolled.
No, that's the freighter.
Oh, it's the freighter. Okay.
yeah, they're dying.
Oh, okay.
Is there any chance I could dock with make a hard dock with the freighter and try and get the crew off?
That's a
Jam 'em
pretty
into the shuttle?
big. That's a pretty big freighter.
We're scale 1 to scale 3.
That's
They
kind
have tens, if not 100, some people aboard.
Oh God. Okay. Well, hopefully they've got a constitution on their case. I don't know. I hate to leave spacers in distress. I look at Braber and go, sir, we could try and help.
What's your suggestion?
Scale 3. We're scale 1, right?
Yeah.
So no real chance of like a grappling the attaching ourselves to the freighter and using our engines to stabilize their rotation.
I don't even know if Type 3s have the ability to grapple. We can dock with things, but I don't know if we can actually tow anything.
Okay, GM, for character knowledge, is there really anything that we can do in shuttle to help this freighter at this point?
There could be something, but it's highly dangerous.
Oh no.
What is it?
Cry.
Well, let's just say you get close to the freighter, you envelop your warp field around the freighter, and kind of do a warp jump, you know, in the upper atmosphere. As I said, highly dangerous.
I've heard of a theory that you could wrap a warp bubble around a ship momentarily and warp it away. Have you ever heard of that, Consman?
It's definitely doable. Very dangerous, but I'm willing to try.
Well, you got the skill, don't you?
I am the best.
Keep in mind, if you do this, you're going to be detected.
Well, it's better than letting them die.
Yep. So, yeah, let's pull up, get in close, and see if we can't wrap our warp field around them and do a micro jump.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, we're Starfleet officers. What'd you expect?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reason why Ancestor isn't saying anything in characters and saying anything in protest. No, he's a doctor. He's like, we should render assistance, but I'm not leading, so. I was actually worried the Constitution wasn't even going to turn around at all. I was like, no, we're just going to let them fall. I'm like, Constitution, do you mind turning around and helping the ship in
I mean-
distress before they call for help? You jerks. Jerks. Jerk ping.
You know, they're actively busy on something else. So.
Tell that to the poor souls aboard that shuttle, aboard that freighter, and the shuttle too. 'cause
They
we're
could
probably
have
gonna
hailed
die now.
them. You know, you guys you're not monitoring calls. Like, do you require assistance?
Right.
And they're like, no, we got this. And then so like, oh wait, no, we need help.
They're definitely carrying something illegal.
No, we got this. It's fine. We just burnt out every relay aboard, but we're fine.
The thing is, though, you do know the Hornet is coming in to assist. So that's why I'm asking if you guys really want to do this or not.
Does it look like the Hornet's going to be able to get there in time?
That's the problem.
Well, I just feel like at this point we would almost have like tunnel vision, really seeing the problem in front of us. We might not be able to analyze, all the
plus
fine points.
technically, we are the closest spaceship able to render assistance, so we're actually supposed to be the first to respond.
But this is type 3, right?
This is what?
Oh, the shells are type 3, so they actually don't have warp cores.
Oh, we're screwed.
No. You can still technically do something, but it would probably burn out your impulse relays. Like
they're safe. We're not.
So we don't have warp, so we can't do that.
Well, we could still use thrusters to do at least.
So you kind of remember like in Star Trek 5 where they kind of did an impulse jump straight into the shuttle bay.
Right.
This is something similar. Like you're gonna use your impulse engines and kind of overload them to try and push the freighter to safety.
And this is going to burn out our engines.
Probably.
Heck, at that point with impulse, we're probably not shoving them out. We're just putting them into a stabilized orbit so they can be saved.
I mean, you're pushing them into another orbit that they won't
Yeah.
fall as quickly and die.
Then allow the Connie more time. Sir, I can probably push them into an orbit that will let the Connie get to them and the Hornet get to them in time, but we're probably going to burn out our own engines.
Make it so. Like there's zero hesitation in his
Yeah.
voice.
Aye, sir. So yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Try not to burn out the engines.
Yeah, this is gonna use up 1 power from the shuttle. Yeah, Daring Khan, because you're skimming the atmosphere, so you have to swing around. So Daring Khan,
Okay.
push the limits, difficulty 3. And that's
So
just
I'm
to
good.
get back to the actual freighter, latch on, and then then you're gonna have to make another roll to kind of impulse.
And we're gonna, before you do the impulse, we need time to actually get our power back because we're down to 0 of 3 after this maneuver. So
Okay, so
Should only be at 2 of 3. Use 1 at the start.
I thought we kept using it along the way. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, never mind.
okay.
Sorry, I thought we were constantly spending.
Well, hopefully. Okay, so yeah, difficulty 3. Take 1 threat and 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Hey.
Don't screw us, shuttle. Thank you.
So you maneuver back on, and you hard latch onto it, and you definitely see, not only the shuttle but the freighter. You're both kind of almost burning up in the atmosphere at this point. You just see the flames from the friction building entry and okay. So fun time. Push the limit. I'm gonna spend some threat.
What could go wrong?
With push the limits, it's gonna be a difficulty of 3. Daring plus cons. This is by the shuttle's engines plus con. Complication range is 3 as well.
Oof.
I strongly recommend using a lot of momentum here.
Katie West should be earning milestones. Okay.
She's an NPC, unfortunately.
I know.
For now.
Yeah, so we're going to spend 1 threat to activate bold. Let's see, then 2 momentum for the 4th die. I don't think I can, well, it's difficulty 3. Probably with bold I can get it with that.
So 2 momentum. Okay.
Instead of giving him more threat.
Yeah.
For the 5th die, so I'm gonna.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
So there's 3. I'm actually just gonna hold steady with that because I don't, with the complication range that high, I don't want to risk a complication reroll on that 0 since 3 is what we needed.
What's the complication range again?
3.
Man, the Argo has fantastic shuttles.
1 momentum gained. Give me a challenge dice, please. About your untap potentially get another momentum. You managed to stabilize the freighter's orbit, and let's see what the Hornet's gonna do.
Katie's eyes are really bright, and she's kind of giggling.
Oh, that's comforting.
This is why I joined Starfleet.
I can't.
Note to self: Avlop should see this person post haste.
As a
Train other pilots how to do this.
She was in Red Squad or whatever that stupid Wesley Crusher Starfleet Academy unit was.
Well.
Red Squadron, you're right.
Oh, Hornet, you actually do something.
For once. I mean,
And they did their job so well, though. Unfortunately, they lock a tractor beam onto the freighter. And the tractor beam, they haven't noticed you, but is right on top of you. As they're pulling the freighter to a slightly safer, like, how did they get in this position? Let's see if they notice you. Uh-oh. Not good. This is the USS Hornet to unidentified shuttlecraft. Please transmit authentication codes.
West will do so. Which one are we in?
The Orpheus.
Orpheus.
Can you scramble it? Make it sound like we're having severe comm problems. Or just put on and go a whole lot.
I'm not a comm officer. We could very well have been sent by the Argo to assist with gathering the food supplies for the planet. And Let me see if I can bluff our way through, Lieutenant.
All right, but put your best smile on. We're
Yeah.
gonna need it.
Hornet, this is Orpheus off of the Argo transmitting authentication codes. Thanks for the assist.
Orpheus, you're way out of your jurisdiction. Where is the USS Argo?
The Argo is still en route to Denesia to drop off medical supplies. Captain Haggard detached us to help with the organization of food supplies for the colony on Denesia. The freighter we discovered crashed in the corridor. We were able to get the medical supplies off, but not the food. So they're going to be short, despite what the Argo has. I believe Captain Haggard sent a communique to you to that effect.
He did, but he did not mention of sending a shuttlecraft to gather said food supplies. I repeat, what is your destination, Orpheus?
Destination is the capital, the main spaceport. We're the ground crew to organize the supplies for transshipment and transport up to the Argo.
Hold on, checking, and I need you to give me a presence command.
Oof, not her
Posed.
best. Opposed. Ooh. Okay, so here's where I'm spending some Jomentum. Let's see. Bold's not gonna do me any good for.
All I imagine is let's go ahead. We're fine here. How are you?
Yeah. How everything's fine. How are you? Okay, so let me take the complication range down to basic. I'm going to give you, let's see, 3 momentum, 4 dice, and then I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you what was that, 2 threat and a momentum for a 5th die. Sweet Katie's laying it on thick. How do you find the memes so fast?
Practice.
I was about to say the same.
Hey,
Well-
we get it.
You get a threat and we get a momentum.
Yeah, I don't have anything to reroll. Beat me by 1.
Oh. USS Orpheus, power down. We'll be tracking you into our shuttle bay.
USS Hornet, this is Lieutenant Matthew Rayburn.
Lieutenant, you're currently not authorized to be in this area, despite your claim for food aid. Currently believe that the USS Argo has plenty of food stores that board to assist the colony that's currently in need, and they'll be able to restock back at Starbase 123.
Out of curiosity, would Rayburn know any? Because often militaries have like code words that like we're on a black ops thing. Let us be.
I mean, yeah, but the real question is, do you want to?
USS Hornet. I just want to say thank you for the help, and just remember to watch out for those donkey balls.
I beg your pardon.
What in God's name are you talking about now? I left Stratos for this. I could have been teaching at a university. eating plums from servants' hands. But no, I'm out here with this genius.
I'm sorry. Come again, Orpheus?
I just was saying thank you for the assistance, and to remember, Captain, watch out for those donkey balls.
Are you
As
just using
I-
donkey balls as the Black Ops phrase, or are you just actually?
Yeah,
telling-
that's the
Okay.
Black Ops phrase.
That's what I figured too.
Okay. I was just checking because otherwise West was going to lead to go. Hornet, be advised, the lieutenant is a Tellarite.
Oh God.
Jump for those.
Captain's
donkey
like,
balls.
what? I'm sorry. Orpheus, orders still stand. You are to proceed to dock with the USS Hornet. We'll be tractoring in momentarily into the shuttle bay.
Rayburn, mind if I take a crack at it?
By all means.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but he's
USS Hornet, this is Dr. Ansas, Lieutenant of the Argo, Chief Surgeon of the Argo. And it is my estimation as one of the medical officers aboard that extra assistance is required from the ship, hence my presence, along with a security officer to ensure its safe travel, and a pilot who apparently has a bit of heroics in her, which in fact you should be giving her a thank you for all the hard work she's done. Now, I would ask you, good sir, to not impede my medical mission and
medal. They should
to
give me a medal.
and point of fact, maybe you should put in a word for a medal, since your lax attitude for your duties regarding the safety of other ships in the area endangered not only my mission to save other people, but the people of that freighter. So perhaps you can just let us continue on our job, and we'll let you continue on whatever it is you have left in your pitiful career. That should.
West just kind of slowly turns around with these big eyes looking at Hans. I was like, what the hell?
And failure to recognize donkey balls, god damn it.
I'm sorry, what medical mission are you referring to? I thought you were on a food aid supply run.
It's not exactly a security run now, is it, Captain? No, indeed. Medical facilities are also used to ensure food is transmitted to the appropriate people, to ensure allergic reactions do not occur. We also ensure that the appropriate nutrition levels are maintained. And in fact, last we heard, they were in some level of medical distress. Hence why the Argo could not divert to this planet. We have to divert to make arrangements because it is most likely that a continued need is required. Now, last I checked, the Federation does not abandon other worlds simply because you're on whatever mission it is you're on. We're doing our part, you do yours.
All
We're
right.
both Starfleet here. And frankly, sir, I'm a doctor and you are not.
Because so many people have tried this, there's going to be an increased difficulty during the post check.
I mean, yeah, I that's
mean-
fair.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you guys
no,
are like,
it's fair.
Wait, I didn't get a check on my donkey balls. What the hell?
it is presence command post.
No, not presence command. Can I get assist because we've all been talking at them?
An increased complication. I mean,
Please
you
help
really-
me. Please help me.
Maybe
Help.
from West because she's telling the same story basically. Although her presence command is a 50-50 shot.
I can see the.
It's a 50-50 better than what we have, really. It's one extra die. I would like to invoke the value. I represent the very best of Stratos academia and society. He's putting on all the airs of an aristocrat right now.
Oh my god.
Hence why he's being so snippety.
Sure.
I'm going to hang on to those two momentum. I'm going to need them in a second. I require enough threat to get me up to 5 dice, please.
So 6.
Thank you.
Spending that back.
Please help me. This might not work anyway. I have a 10.
Well, I have a 10 too, and I'm only rolling 1 die, so
Yeah, so. Maybe Donkey Balls confused them enough?
So
Eh?
our complication range is at 2.
Yes, it's complication range is 2 because
Okay.
Well, Rayburn has a 11.
It's an extra die. Hopefully we can baffle them with this nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm
by all
really
means,
wishing
if you've got the higher roll, you assist.
Alrighty.
Donkey balls.
Does nobody watch The Expanse?
I
I
mean
do.
to.
I know where you're going. I know where you came with it, but it's like I'm sitting there thinking of the
So-
captain. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
I read the books religiously, but no, I don't watch the series.
So I would like to, before you take my numbers as read, can I see what the result is first before I start challenging values and trying to re-roll that nonsense?
You have 2 complications on the table.
I know. I'm just seeing if I should I do the challenge now or should I wait to see what their roll is first? I'm not sure if I have the option.
Well, they have a complication.
Well,
and-
okay. So that's 4 to my 3 to my 4. We're tied. I would like to try something. I'm not used to supporting characters having multiple values. Given his past, resilience looks different from everybody. I have to make it make sense to what we're doing right now, though.
Yep.
Could I challenge the directive the fact that I'm bald-faced lying to a captain and masquerading this discreet pickup as a medical mission when it is clearly not?
Well, but to argue the case, I mean, your mission is not that, so you wouldn't really be challenging your mission
Yeah.
directive.
Mission directive is technically to rendezvous and pick up.
To pick up Wartburg and Shishran and Beckman.
I will tell you what.
Succeed at
I will give you a determination for a complication.
A third complication, or if you buy off one, a second complication.
Well, he could re-roll 4 with the determination.
Yeah, which I would like to do that. Yes.
Okay.
3 dice. Bang. Oh, sorry. There's one more too. Duh. Because there's 4 dice that missed. Hey.
It is a tie currently.
Well,
Is it?
plus 6 for the assist. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where was
He spent. He did a. Oh, right. His
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far.
how are you getting 7?
2 because of my initial determination spend. Plus
You
1.
can only roll 4.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that wasn't. Oh right.
That's why I was like, wait.
I'm awake. So 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, isn't that 6 to their 5?
Yeah,
essentially?
you don't get the extra one at the bottom, so it's 5 versus 4. So 1 momentum gained
Okay.
because you'd only rolling 3, not 4.
Right.
Which the results would be the same anyway. I was confused, like, wait, why are you rolling 5? Hey, so am I. All right, I just got like a head cold and all. I'm ready to go collapse somewhere. Very well, Orpheus. Currently, you're caught our tractor beam. Give us a moment to pull this freighter back into a safe orbit to where then you can make your landing. Be advised, please report your activity upon also your departure.
That was always the intention, Hornet. Thank you for your assistance and understanding of your duties.
While we have this kind of break in the while we're still in the tractor beam, can I do a restore power action?
We're
probably a
gonna
good
switch
idea.
scenes here, so you don't need to
Okay.
worry about that.
Okay.
But we're gonna go back to the Argo for the next scene.
No.
obviously, someone might be late to the rendezvous point. The Argo comes out of warp as we transition to the next scene above the planet Denasia. Dropped all the momentum.
We should still have one, shouldn't we?
Yeah. You're at 2. You gained 1.
Wolfie?
So you should be at 2 momentum, actually.
Oh, he's BRB.
Okay.
So until
Currently, the planet surface colony is under a strict quarantine as automated messages are beaming towards your ship. Essentially, it's to say, warning, stay away. This planet is currently under a level 5 quarantine.
Lieutenant Mira, see if you can't contact Dr. Bradley.
Yes, Captain. And on the view screen, for a moment passes by. God, you guys are the memes. On screen appears Dr. Bradley.
Dr. Bradley, this is the Argo. We're assuming orbit now. Can you give us the coordinates to beam down the supplies?
Of course. And they send over the appropriate transporter coordinates.
All right. Haggard to Mr. Ansas. Begin transshipment of medical supplies first, followed by the consumables and the
not aboard the ship.
synthesizers. What's that?
You mean Anders?
Sorry, yeah, Anders. My bad. Does Anders need to roll for anything?
Yeah, this will be a control engineering assisted by the ship's sensors engineering. Difficulty is 2 because of the advanced sensors, and it's from a pad to not a pad. So
Okay. Does one of you guys want to take Anders or?
I can probably take him when we find him here.
He's under engineering. And he has all sorts of transfer skills.
Enders, here we are. All right, what's the roll?
control engineering difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors engineering.
Okay. Any focuses that come into play?
Does he have transporters? I think transporter replicators.
Yeah,
yes,
he does.
transporters.
Then yeah.
Sorry, that was computers engineering, but should have been computers engineering, but computer security is lower anyway.
Yeah, so it succeeds. And Anders beams the medical supplies down to the surface of the planet. Thank you, Argo. If you don't mind hanging around just a little bit while we check the medical supplies, you're the only Federation ship Starfleet vessel that's come to our aid.
That seems odd. Of course, we'll stay in orbit, although we do have another rendezvous to make. But We can spare whatever time you need.
We appreciate that.
Any idea why none of the other ships in the sector have responded to your request for assistance?
No, it seems like they're all preoccupied with something else. We've been told to make do. Help is on the way.
Hmm.
And you kind of see her, like she's actually not wearing. She's actually wearing like a hazmat suit when you're talking to her. And it's like in a clinic, and you can see like the clinic. It's just there's patients everywhere. A lot of them look like they have like you can tell there's like big blisters, across their bodies. Starts injecting the medicine into one of the patients.
I motion to Mira to mute the current channel, and then I say to her, Mira, send a query to Starbase 123. Find out what the hell has everybody else so busy that Denisia's been told to do the best they can while they're being ravaged by a plague.
Yes, Captain.
I cut back on the link with Dr. Bradley.
Returns back to the view screen. This is not good.
What's wrong, Doctor?
It appears that these antibiotics have no use against this. I've never seen anything so ravenous before in my entire career. This, and she kind of like motions like, this is the strongest stuff known to the Federation.
Can you transmit all the data on the phage you have up to us? We can get our medical department working on it.
Of course. And, I'm gonna see what I can do with this medication. See if I can't increase its potency somehow.
Okay.
Just kind of gives like a sigh, like, and give me like insight, command, or medicine. Difficulty 1.
For me, that would definitely be command. What's the difficulty?
1. I get a momentum out of it. You can tell she's definitely stressed out, like fatigued. Like she's
Okay,
signs
now
are
that you're
clearly.
back, you want to take back over the momentum. Should have a total of 2. Doctor, is there anything else beyond beginning research on our end we can do to help?
Currently, there's not. Unfortunately, I would hate for you to start sending teams down. This disease is highly contagious.
Let me see. Is there like a priority 1 emergency that I can declare? I mean, I know as I don't think as just a captain I have the authority to declare a
Technically,
big
the
ass
colony already did that.
Okay.
But the issue is no one's come to their aid, but I need Mira to make a roll for me.
Okay.
This is gonna be like a presence command for her. Difficulty of 2.
Is there any way I can assist?
Yeah, with presence command, but this is essentially because you gave her an order.
Okay. So do you want me to roll for, or are you going to roll?
Anyone can roll for her.
Wolfgang, you want to?
Mira. There you are. Tick, tick. Presence, command.
Difficulty
2
2.
dice, not 1. Any of her focuses apply in this instance?
Oh, I forget what she has.
Linguistics, cultural studies, sensor op, subspace comms, hand phaser. I think that applies. Computers. Oh, she's a riser. Neat.
No, unfortunately.
Well, these are crap focuses then. They must always work. No.
She does have untapped potential.
She does, yes. No, I already remember what Open Insightful does. It helps when she's assisting someone when she's doing it. What's the diff opposed, you said?
No, it's difficulty 2. It's not opposed.
2? Ah, okay.
It's just like going through the proper channels to get the information required.
Okay. Spending 1 momentum
All right.
for an extra die. Bang. Oops, that's the wrong thing anyway. Hopefully the assist helps.
There is a complication. She does get it.
Yeah. Just seeing if we get any extra momentum out of it. Oh, actually, untap potential.
Yeah, well, roll for her on top potential, but yeah,
It's gone now.
it's gone. So Captain, I need you to give me presence command for the assist.
Hey.
So 1 momentum gained. Mira turns in her chair. Captain, Starbase 123 informs they never received a priority 1 distress from the colony.
Well, I'm declaring one now.
Right, yes, Captain.
Dr. Bradley, it appears for whatever reason Starbase 123 never received the declaration of a medical emergency. If you can transmit the relevant data up, I will send it on its way direct. We have online with 123 currently.
Of course, that's puzzling. Then how did the Armington get our request for the supplies?
I don't know, Doctor, but I intend to find out.
You can just see on her face, she looks visibly confused. And then all of a sudden, like in the sick bay, the patient she gave the injection to starts seizing really bad. And she immediately just kind of rushes over there, like mid conversation with you. And you can see her going to work, like pointing, like the nurse is like, I need this. And
Haggard to sick bay. Get to work on with the data that we just received from Dr. Bradley on the planet below. It's priority 1. See what you can make of it.
May it be here, aye, sir.
all right, so med bay. They have an extended task. To analyze the data they gathered, at least all the samples and stuff, and sensor data that they collected with this phage, it's going to be a difficulty 4, reason plus medicine, work 17. Magnitude is 4, resistance of 3.
Can we use Dr. Rulon?
Yeah, sure.
Who's Dr. Roland?
He was the guest player last week,
Oh.
but he's a fully fleshed out player character doctor. So probably
Guys, kind of sent your best, supporting character, medical, on a away mission.
Hey, he was very good at yelling at people and being all
True.
snotty, so he did his part. What am I looking for here? There we go. So using Orlon, doesn't this boat have an advanced sick bay?
yes, we do.
It does.
So you get that advantage at least. Look at all these people.
Computers medicine for the assist from the ship.
Okay. Do you want me to grab Roland then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Only issue is
Oh.
I don't know if the advanced sick bay will apply here because you don't have actually living samples. It's all
We don't what?
censored. You don't have any living samples of the actual phage. Like tissue samples.
Well, but I would imagine its systems are optimized for
Medical research and stuff like that.
analyzing.
Because in particular, if the computers of the ship are damaged, advanced sick bay goes off. It needs computers
Sure.
to be a thing.
Eh,
It's like, send us the
okay.
data you have, and we'll use facilities up here to examine the data they've collected down there.
So what are you wanting to use the advantage for?
Probably towards difficulty, really. It's difficulty or resistance, because it's the only two we can really bring down. Actually, no, resistance isn't one of them. It's complication or difficulty, I think, isn't it?
It's resistance of 3, difficulty of 4.
More rules clarification. For advantages, I don't recall. I know you can do it for difficulty and complications. I don't recall if you can do it for resistance. Otherwise, it's going to be difficulty.
No, I've done it with resistance before.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've allowed it. I just don't really know if you can use it for resistance. So
Let's just bring difficulty down for now.
Okay.
Alright.
Can another of the medical characters assist?
yes,
We do have the crew support for it.
Which I think we do since we switched scenes. Caleb, you want to get in and grab a medical support and
is he back?
do some assistance roll?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab one.
Okay.
He's alive.
I know Avlop's been activated a couple times, but she's more psych than med, but she's got pretty good scores. I don't know about the
Veers and immunologists, I remember. Well, anesthesiologist, immunologist.
and what's the roll?
Reason medicine.
He's in medicine, so it's a good roll for Dr. Roland.
Not so much Avlop. Yeah, Veer's got a good reason medicine.
Yeah, Veer has the best at a 15, so I think I'll use Veer.
This guy also has untapped potential. Wait, okay.
Would
Xenobiology
Veer's
or biology has focus for
I'll allow
Dr. Rowan.
xenobiology.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, did I just talk over someone?
Yeah, not immunology, like such as immunizations and stuff like that.
I will allow it for this role because it kind of pertains to the research.
Okay. So that's that. That's that. Talents don't really. I don't know what that does. Let's find out. It's a medical medicine. Oh, it's not injury. No. Okay, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. That doesn't. That will help. Okay. And I am going to spend. I'm going to give you 1 threat for an extra die.
All right.
And should be able to hit at least diff 3. Okay.
Yeah, it's just 1 for the assist, so 2 momentum gained. You rolled 2 dice. For Veer.
Ha! Glad I added that point to medicine for the ship. Ha ha.
It's fine.
And bang.
No work being done currently.
Rerolling fails.
One work being done.
Piercing.
3 work.
And 4 or 5 for a breakthrough.
Yeah, just need the 5 for the breakthrough.
And untap potential fires. Sorry. I'll do that now. Have a threat. That's unfortunate.
All right, you make a little bit of headway.
Just want my letter to the future to work.
All right. Difficulty's now 2, I believe.
Yes, difficulty 2, reason medicine.
Throwing a momentum at it for an extra. While we get it, untap potential, save me. Thanks, untap potential. Thank you. You're a pal.
6 challenge dice, please.
Yeah. Hey.
3 work being done. The for the complication, the difficulty goes up by 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Currently, though, there is only 3 work.
Yeah, I'll just have to up the work track. Unfortunately.
So difficulty is 3.
Gonna spend toward the value. Knowledge will always defeat ignorance.
Sure.
And have 2 threat for an extra die. I'm hoping to generate momentum out of this. There we go.
3 momentum gained.
Right.
Challenge dice.
And then challenge dice for untap potential. Hey.
Another 2.
And then
Nice.
Uh, 4 work being done currently.
make that 5, please. Actually, let's make that resistance so we get a little extra work on top of that.
So another momentum spent for puts you at 15 work.
Oh, we're only at 15 work. I'll spend 2 more to put it up to 17 work.
Okay, you actually at 1 momentum, by the way.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
So that will get you an extra breakthrough. That will drop the difficulty of the next one, so it'll be 0.
Oops, I almost rolled for Mira. That would have been silly. I'm just gonna roll flat.
She's learned to talk to the virus.
She has force powers, actually. You know.
There we go.
Jesus.
A little overkill.
1 float. 6. You know, you're capped with 1 float. 6 challenge dice, all zeros. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's true. You still have to check for that.
And
Because you can have that bad luck.
And 0 work
Very
being done. But all untapped potential though too.
I didn't buy any dice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah. That's why I didn't do that.
Currently there's 0 work being done. You have 1 float.
Spend the float to put it up to 1 work, so it. Oh, we still need 1 more breakthrough. Oh, shut my mouth. Actually, spending 1 for rerolling the fails.
Actually, if you just spent the 1 on piercing, that's 2 work. It's still because it's the work track's filled. You're
Oh, that's true,
past
yeah,
0, so you get the breakthrough anyway, which completes it. I just
Sure,
didn't know
I'll
what
go
you're
for that.
spending it on.
Spending it on. Well, I'm at 0, so I just need to do 1 work, right?
Yeah, it's either or. So.
Yeah. So for 1 work, because there is 1 float, right? So.
Yeah. I will post this for everybody to see. Rayburn is waiting patiently to shoot somebody tonight.
Damn right. My new damn phaser.
Bacteriophage appears to be some sort of genetically modified bacteria designed to spread far too quickly in a subject. Oh, fun. Gene mod. That's great. The bacteria feeds off any living organic material it comes into contact with. Okay. This bacterium is highly adaptive to different environment. Medical drugs were brought to the colony to cure the colony to delay the spread of the bacterium once they adapt to medication.
I spent some threat last session to kind of change that, so it does something else.
Doctor along to the captain.
Haggard here. What have you got for me, Doctor?
Patching through our current findings at the moment. To put it simply, it doesn't look very good. Seems to be this genetically modified type of bacteria. Incredibly deadly and will spread. And at the moment, we are in the point of merely slowing it down rather than being able to cure it at the moment. If we are to somehow reverse the damage, we will need to spend a considerable amount of time here to ensure its as much medical recovery as we can. And ideally, we would have more assistance than is currently available. Although the medical facilities here are many, more would be better given the intense deadliness of this virus, of this bacteriophage.
Mira, transmit this information to Starbase 123.
Understood, Captain.
And request assistance. Do you think you can cure it?
We'll do everything we can here in the facilities to see if we can come up with any method to speed to extend the time, but there are no guarantees in medicine. But we can continue our work from here. We just need to stay.
Is it necessary that we stay in orbit for you to effectively do your work, Doctor?
Oh. It is possible, yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm not understanding that. Did you say it's possible that we should need to stay in orbit, or that you can do it while we're on the road?
It
Need
is
s-
possible to continue to continue the research while we're in transit.
Lieutenant Haran, what's our ETA to if we left for Trilly at maximum warp?
4 hours, Captain.
Oh, damn it. 4 hours either way. I thought we were closer.
It's a couple light years apart from each other, and you're going in emergency warp between the two places, essentially. Be slightly longer if you weren't doing, warp 14.
Right. I understand. Okay. Got to get back to pick up Wartburg. Can't just drop these people in the ditch either. Mira, any response from Starbase 123?
They signal that they can get medical ships over to the colony, but it will be a day and a half before they'll reach there. They're requesting that the Argo stay in position and do whatever they can to assist the colony until further medical ships can arrive.
What were my
Starbase,
orders from Bennett and Cartwright exactly?
there were ships disappearing
Mm-hmm.
in the area, and to investigate that, if I remember correctly. It's been 3
Trying to
weeks.
see what I have in. Okay. It's not enough of a priority mission to.
Like this, the threat in this colony is probably going to supersede your orders from
Right.
Bennett.
Mira, patch me through to the away team.
Mira's gonna have to make a control engineering difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's communications engineering. You are a couple light years away.
Kiji, you want to grab Mira?
Sure. What's she under?
She's actually in with the main cast, I believe,
Okay.
under Dr. Greg Brennan.
Yep, there she is. All right, and what is the role?
Control engineering, assisted by the ship's communications engineering difficulty of 2.
We
Do
got
I have
plenty
any
of-
focuses?
She should subspace communications.
And we've got 6 momentum on the
Okay.
board.
All right, so I'll take a momentum for the extra die. And here we go.
The
You
ship's
communications engineering, and she also has untapped potential, so she needs to use all the challenge dice.
surrounded by all these young officers.
Nope. 1 float.
Yeah.
You're on speaker, Captain.
Haggard to Rayburn.
Go ahead, sir.
Lieutenant, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the medical situation of the colony is severe. Apparently, somehow or another, their declaration of a priority 1 medical emergency was not transmitted to Starbase 123, so help is just now getting on the way. We are going to
Yes,
have
sir.
to stay in orbit and do what we can to assist here. I need you to rendezvous with Commander Wartburg and associates, and either figure a way to get yourself off planet and head towards the Argo, or find a way and lay low till we can get to you. However, I can't give you it'll be at least a day and a half before we can leave here. Medical ships arrive.
Understood, sir. I'll contact the others, and we'll see what the best course of action is.
Good luck, Lieutenant, and bring my people back alive.
I'll bring your people back, sir.
Alive, Lieutenant.
You're breaking up, sir.
Haggard out.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'll go find the others. I assume they're nearby.
So,
You were right here in the shuttle with you.
Yeah.
We'll cut back to that in a moment.
Okay.
So I'm gonna finish the second part because we go to the next scene. We actually go down 1 momentum. This shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Maybe. We're going to what's called the scientific method, someone's favorite thing to do. Essentially, the medical staff aboard the Argo has kind of been tasked to kind of research and potentially find a cure for this phage. With the scientific method, you will pick a scientific leader who will represent the main score. You will then pick between 3 to 5 focuses to select from, and I will tell you which one is correct. The focuses do not need to be on your character sheet in order to work. Once you have this focus selected, you will I'll tell you if it's out of what you picked. If one of these are right or wrong, you have to guess out of that list that you picked from. You have to get a number of successes in order to meet a certain difficulty that I have set. Any questions?
If we just phasered the entire planet, kill them all, do you think that would cure it? I mean, it would kill the bacteria, but it would also
Probably-
kill all the patients.
I mean, it'll kill everyone on the surface, but yes, you could do that.
So there you go, Captain. You have a solution. It's incredibly illegal and immoral, but you have one. Okay. But no. What the heck are we gonna do?
I
Dr.
suggest
Roland,
that one of the routes is one of the focuses is bacteriology. I'm thinking along the lines of a counterphage, like a counter bacteriophage that would invade the bad bacteria and kill it.
okay, bacteriology, genetics.
Yeah, because it's genetically engineered.
Microbiology.
Ooh, microbiology.
That's good.
Biology. I think we have our 3. Those 3 should hit it on the head. One of them.
You could also go virology.
Virology?
But it's not a virus.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
you're
okay.
researching a cure.
So in theory, we could design a virus that goes after genetically modified
True.
bacteria.
Good point.
So you're going with those 4?
I don't think we can. I don't think there's any other ones that would. Those should hit it on the head. Biology is an extra. Like we probably should catch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It is one of these.
Okay.
So for this roll, it is going to be a reason plus medicine.
You said reason plus medicine?
Yes, because you're researching essentially a cure.
Would you say the advanced sick bay helps with this, or it's just making it possible?
It's kind of just making it possible because it's
Yeah.
simulation. Kind of hard to. Yeah, I guess it's not.
I think pretty much every medical person can assist with this because everybody should have a medicine to do.
They better. Medicine 1, what are you doing here?
So yeah,
It has to be a medicine of 2 or higher to assist.
right.
That's what I'm saying. If there were a medical officer that had medicine of 1, I'd be like,
Get out of here.
you're in the wrong department. How'd you pass the medical exam? Anyway,
Okay, so each of us should
I
grab a
didn't
medical
actually
person.
go.
yeah. I got Roland in front of me.
I'm thinking we start with microbiology,
Sure.
unless you've got one that you want to start with.
I'm more partial to genetics myself, but that may be microbiology might be a more nuanced approach to it. Hence why I'm waffling.
Okay, so you got Roland. I'll take Avlop. Although her reason medicine's not great.
I've got
Terrible.
Veer.
Actually, quick question: does anyone have microbiology by chance?
I don't think they do.
No. No one has genetics.
Well, I would imagine Dr. Roland is the one that is leading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I'm just checking what resources I have.
Yeah, Avlop, besides having the medicine roll, no focuses that can apply.
Okay.
Unless, except, of course, positive reinforcement. You can do it! I believe in you!
You give him 1 die of inspiration.
Wrong system.
And we'll just
Let's go with
activate almost all of our crew support in this scene.
Let's fire off microbiology and let's see where it takes us. We have how many people helping? There's
3.
Roland.
4 or 3, yeah.
4. Okay, let's go for it. Microbiology.
It's actually Avlop.
Whoever has Blackford.
Which I guess would be you, Kiji.
Okay, let me pull him up. I don't think I had him open. Blackburn.
Chadwick Blackford, nurse dentist.
3.
It's under medical, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Have to be careful when role playing.
Blackford. It's Chedwick, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Here we go. And what's the roll?
Reason medicine.
Reason medicine. 2 or 1 die?
1.
1.
1. Okay. Here we are.
So that's only 4. I
Yep.
should know by now, even with me, it's gotta be a higher number.
Yeah. Okay, let's.
Is the
take another-
Argo assisting? I mean, that roll was for Avlop, but I mean, is the ship assisting?
I'll
it hasn't
allow
rolled yet, so-
computers medicine for this.
Okay.
For simulation,
That was me rolling as the ship as Avlop. Still.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Talk about totally worth putting that extra point in medicine.
Let's take another shot at microbiology because since it's such a rare disease, it's probably a fairly high number.
Okay. Nice.
That should be. I really should change it over to him because I have his thing. Where are you, Doctor?
No help from Avlop.
There he is. 2, 3, 4. Need some more help from you, Reburn.
Shit.
From Blackford.
Yes.
Okay. Same roll.
Yes.
There you go.
Total of 10.
No happy bells, so that's the one. Unless it's Q
Actually,
messing
sorry,
with us.
Total 11. My bad.
Definitely not that. Does 11 make it? No. Let's
So-
try genetics.
Okay.
I'll throw a momentum at it to try to get more hits.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
it's not
Taking
good.
too long.
50 colonists died on the surface.
Do you need me to roll again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
4. 4 makes it, right?
right.
Determination's gone.
And again.
And again, yep. I'm going to spend that 3 momentum for 2 dice. 2 extra dice, I should say. There we go. Oh, no. Neeb. Veer. Neeb. Why? Why have you forsaken me?
Additional 12 have died for the complication on the surface of the planet.
So we're standing at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's not those. So it's
Bacteriology?
bacteriology or...
Bacteriology or virology?
Let's go with bacteriology.
Okay.
GM, have enough threat to get me up to 5 dice.
Wow.
5 dice.
Yes.
6 threat.
Oh, I should have checked for untapped potential earlier. You might get more threat.
It's when you succeed.
Nothing happened. Oh, I have to succeed. That's true. So never mind. You would have gotten threat anyway. There. There we go.
Nice.
5, 6. Need your help there, Rayburn. That's unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it.
Oh.
That's really unfortunate.
Okay, additional 28.
I blame Haggard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is not the winning number.
No.
Of course not. Have a bunch more threat again.
Oof.
You're giving me 6 threat again?
Yep.
Oh,
Speed is of the
Dear
essence.
God.
For compassion is a universal language. I mean, fortunately, his emotions are getting the better of his colinar, so that's why there's complications.
you're still on the bacteriology, right?
Hmm.
You're still on the same one, right?
Yes. 4, 5, 6.
Let me get the Argo in there.
22 more. There may not be a colony left. Yeah, that's not it.
Okay, so I guess it's virology.
We're doing everything but virology. It is. Have 6 more threat.
Jesus, man.
People are dying down there.
Yeah.
Look, Dr. Roland does not mess around. I presume. All right. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, I did the
Ugh.
complications
Alright.
25, and then the 50 is after
Yeah.
go through a whole set.
So we're at 6 of possible 10. So I'm just gonna roll flat,
Okay.
and that should get it. 2, 3, 4.
One more roll.
Yes, please. Hopefully this is the one last roll. 1, 2, 3, 5 on the 6.
11.
So after a painstaking amount of time, you've
Ugh.
managed to synthesize a retrovirus that is designed to attack the genetically modified bacteria and cause it to essentially self-destruct when the virus replicates, continually infecting the bacteria as it spreads.
Saving the last 3 people on the planet.
Luckily, it's a colony of thousands, but
Still.
Ooh, Haggard's going to be pissed.
Dr.
Not medical
Roland to
team.
bridge.
Haggard here.
We have developed the appropriate virus. I would advise deploying it as soon as possible to counter the rather large death toll that is amounted.
Transmit the synthesization formula to the planet immediately, and if you have any, start beaming down additional synthesizer units, medical synthesizer units, to Dr. Bradley.
We will continue to coordinate the medical efforts from here, Captain.
Just get it to them as quick as you can, Doctor. Well done to you and your team.
Of course, Captain.
So while you're researching, 135 people passed away on the surface.
$135 plus however many
Before that,
deaths were caused by whoever kept this medical alert from going out to Starbase 123 and Sector Command.
Yeah, essentially it's 135 lost since the Argo kind of arrived and helped out. Oh, yeah. Sadly, I mean, only like 86, prior.
Look, this isn't about comparing numbers, all right? I mean, it is, but,
Well,
We over 200
all those
people.
people.
Does that count as 135 counts of lives lost under his command? That's a lot of reputation.
No. It does not.
Well, a great many of those lives could have been saved if the alert had gone out as it should have. And
That's why they're going to lose a lot of reputation too. They lose the other 86. I think court-martial's in order. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm going to see if we can't track down whoever the comm officer on the planet is, or whoever sent out the.
I will save you the trouble. They actually sent out the alert. It went through, as far as they know.
Okay.
The issue is, who received it, actually. Because it wasn't Starbase 21, or sorry, not Starbase, Starbase 123.
Is Captain Doyle still on board? She should be. We haven't stopped.
She is, yes.
Lieutenant Mira, my compliments to Captain Doyle, and ask her to come to the bridge, please.
Moments passed by. Captain Doyle. Yes, to see me, Captain Haggard.
Yes, Captain. Exactly how did you hear about the need for the medicine, Denesia?
Through a broker we use.
What's the name of this brokerage?
Um, we usually just take contracts for them from time to time. Avalon Dynamics. They're a entity out of Earth.
Avalon Dynamics?
Yes.
It appears for some reason that the medical alert did not go out to Starbase 123. I find it odd that it went through civilian channels rather than Starfleet when it should have gone out through Starfleet. We could have had medical ships here weeks ago, potentially. How long ago was the message sent, GM?
Excuse me, sorry.
GM?
No, I'm here. I'm just.
Okay. Dying.
Yes, slow death. I hate colds. So yes, I was like, considering the time it took our ship just to go through that corridor, we got it 2.5 weeks ago. We were told to pick up supplies at a remote research colony in the Beta Quadrant near the Romulan neutral zone.
And where did you pick up the antibiotics?
At the research colony, they were testing a new, from what they told me, a new treatment medication or a new antibacterial treatment.
And they were aware of the outbreak.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Curiouser and curiouser, as Alice said. Do you remember the name of this research outpost?
No, I know it was a civilian-run research station.
I walk over to the ops board and pull up a map of that region. About what sector was it in? Okay. So around Starbase 157 or...
Yes.
Wow, there really are a lot of star bases along the Romulan neutral zone. What kind of role is it to find out what civilian research stations are in that area?
Reason, science.
Mr. Tetre, see if you can work with the captain here to determine what research station that was. Bring up a list and see if the two of you can sort it out.
This will be a reason science difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computers plus science.
Whoever wants to grab Tetre, it's usually you, Wolfgame.
Reason science. None of these focuses don't apply. Pardon me. Okay, those are all cool and all, but we don't need them just yet. What's the difficulty again?
2.
Remember, you could give him something like computers or something.
Oh yeah, should I note he's activated? has activation. I'm just gonna write down the date because forget that. That's a long title. Question marks. Click. Click. The guy has 5 focuses. Can he still have one more?
6 is the max.
Okay, so would computers be a good focus for this? Oops. What?
Maybe research.
Research? Oh, this is 12 activation. I'm wrong.
I would take
Research.
research. He's
Sure.
kinda- It's the one focus no one takes.
Funny enough, he didn't have them. He didn't know how to research. Do. Click. Click. Just adding it so I don't forget to do it later.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this 31 threat that I have.
The Borg arrived early.
You seriously have 31
I
threat?
do, yes.
Remember, I was throwing like 6 and 6 on top of everything else.
Ooh.
Yep. Yep. You can take on the entire Klingon fleet, right?
Don't look at me. It's gonna all fall on Wolfgang on the planet.
You're the one in the starship. How am I going to fight a fleet on the planet? Spending 1 momentum for an extra die.
I don't know. Maybe group dynamics will help.
Bang. Funny guy.
Yeah.
Chip.
Yes, computers science. 1
Hooray.
momentum gained.
Captain, it would seem there is no medical outpost in that region. I've checked Starfleet medical databases as well as the Federation Medical Service.
It can't be. I was there myself.
I think the same people who've been messing with the quadrant and all sorts of other ways have been messing with it with this medical emergency as well. Lieutenant Mira, can you patch me through to Admiral Bennett?
Yes, Captain. 1 moment. And on the view screen appears Admiral Bennett.
Admiral,
Captain Haggard.
Admiral, there's even more fishy things happening out on this end. We're over the research colony on Denesia, on the other side of the Klingon and Romulan empires. Apparently, 2.5 weeks ago, they declared a Priority 1 medical emergency. The colony was hit with a genetically engineered bacteriophage. But the medical distress was apparently intercepted and prevented from getting to Starbase 123 or any Starfleet assets in the area. Several hundred people have died. We have managed to create a virus that destroys the bacterium and that's being synthesized on the planet below. But somebody kept a Priority 1 medical emergency from going out. However, apparently a company on Earth, Avalon Dynamics, somehow knew about it enough to contract a civilian freighter. The SS. Where is it? SS Armerton to pick up antibiotics from a civilian research facility, which apparently doesn't exist in Starbase 157's sector. I was wondering if you could see what you could learn from Avalon Dynamics. How did they find out about it? Somebody appears to want to prevent this alert from going out to Starfleet and to delay the shipment of any kind of medical supplies. I don't know how many people have died on the colony, sir, but this can't stand.
Indeed. I'll have my staff look into Avalon Dynamics.
And Admiral, I may need some weight to throw around out here.
What are you proposing, Captain?
I need the authority to make some things happen on this edge if I need to. I've got 2 starships that refuse to come to this planet's aid because they're orbiting Terralia on some sort of mission. If the Argo hadn't gotten here, I don't know what the Denesia colony would have done. But with my normal authority as a Starfleet captain, I can't direct the resources in this area the way I.
Can you say again, Captain? You're breaking up. You require, and screen goes fuzzy and communication gets cut.
Mira?
Seems like we're being jammed, sir.
Can you find the source of the jamming?
I'm attempting to locate it now. How many players I got? 8.
Red alert.
I'm forcing a scene change here, but that's because we're gonna cut to be continued.